Hey there, welcome to NZ Money Karma, where you can find freedom from the daily grind through budgeting, simple living and adventure. It's lovely to be here today to do a bit of cash stuffing with you. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you'll know who I am, but if not, I live in Aotearoa, Christchurch, New Zealand. I love simple living, I love frugality, I love trying to be zero waste. I'm not zero waste, but it's always an aspirational goal. I like trying to live gently on the planet, and I like to be really careful with my family's money so that when we get the chance to go on an adventure, we have the funds to do so. So we choose to live on a tiny budget. To be fair, we're living on less than what someone living on minimum wage in New Zealand would. And that there's a top up here. If you only earn $800 a week, you'll get that topped up. If you have a couple of kids, so you're getting at least $1,000 a week. So we're living below that level, so that we can free up more of our other money to do the things we really want to do. And some of those things are travel, and another one of those things is an early retirement. Yeah, we've got a lot of big dreams. We don't earn pots of money, we have very normal jobs, but we're just trying to do the best with what we have. And part of that is stuffing cash. So my family live on $800 a week. I have half of that kind of here, so I take a fortnightly amount every 2 weeks and I allocate that into bank account, separate kind of envelopes in my bank accounts, and the rest I stuff here. So I'm starting today, I had $1,000. I've actually already spent some of it because I had some jobs to do, and it just made sense to take care of, some of these jobs while I was there. So I've been out and about already this morning. I've done a little bit of work around the house. I'm going to do some cash stuffing, then I'm going to quickly do the vacuuming, and then I'm off to work. So everything feels easier on a sunny day, and today is a beautiful sunny day in Aotearoa, Christchurch. So I feel full of the joys of spring. I'm going to start off with this binder here. This is my it's not a savings binder, it's not a sinking funds binder, it's just like what I use every day. Well, not every day, I don't spend money every day, but what I use really regularly. I use this for food, pocket money, petrol, that kind of stuff. Things that are going to go out all the time. So first off, I've got food. I have $300 in total allocated here. I have already been out, obviously, and done a little bit of shopping. This is part of my grocery money, and that's because I took some coins from my challenge jar and changed it out for notes, just to make that jar a little bit lighter, and so that I could fit more coins in. So when I go and pay for my groceries, I'm going to be paying with some of this coinage. I had $10 left over from last week, and that went into my Christmas club fund. I've never done a Christmas club before, so I don't know, how worth it is going to be, but someone recommended it in the comments at the beginning of the year or towards the end of last year, so I thought I'd give it a go. I preloaded with $100 in January, and then I haven't put anything else on it until now. But what I'm going to do is every time I have change left over from my $300, I'm going to pop it in my Christmas club and just see where I end up in December. The kids' pocket money, I haven't actually given it to them this fortnight. I somehow miss that quite often. I think it's just because they feel like they have so much money at the moment, they're not even asking me for it. But anyway, that's them. They'll have $40 to collect once we get around to doing that. Into petrol, I'm just going to put $20. We don't use our car very often, so $20 a fortnight, kind of works out okay, I think. And work travel. So my husband goes away for work and he has to fund the getting there and back. Normally he gets a shuttle, and with the shuttle plus some groceries while he's away, we normally budget $210. We're going to try doing it a little bit differently this time and have him take the car and just see how that works out. So I'm going to budget less for that. So I'm going to budget $75. So that'll mean I'll pop that back, and I'm going to take $80 from here. So he'll have 180. And let's just see if that works out better. You don't know if you don't try, right? And school fees, I have 200 to go in there. So there's 100, 3, 4, 5, 200. I did have an increase in school fees this year that I wasn't expecting. So I feel like I'm a little bit behind in the school fees. So here I am, I'm up to 500 again. I put $1,000 back. Was it a fortnight ago, I think? So if I can catch up before the end of the year, I'll be really happy. I need around $6,000. I'll give you guys an update how much I've got in the bank very soon. And then giving, oh, I forgot to put this in my budget, giving. Well, it needs money, so let's put in 10, and I'll just have to sort it out on the other end. So that is something we're not going to miss. And into my blue binder. Now, I don't really have very many 5s today. I have a lot of 20s. My husband went and got the money out, and I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to make this all work. Because if I say I want to put 5 in kind of everything, I'm going to end up with some with nothing in it. Let's just have a quick look at this rego warrant situation, because that is coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's cool. I might just not put anything in there this week and just wait until we've actually emptied that out, which will happen probably between now and when I next see you guys. So that will free me up to put a little bit of extra money in here. Cool. So I'll take that out. I'm just going to put $5 into the hygienist. So that gives me $190. For the vet, also just putting in $5 here. So if you've watched my previous video, I've only just recently done it, so I don't know how it went. I don't know if it was something that people enjoyed or not. But I was talking really about the importance of investing versus saving. So, you know, this is the perfect example. This is saving. I'm just saving for the vet because I know at some point my dog is going to need to go to the vet, and when he does, I want to have the money to pay for it. So I'm putting this money aside with the intention that we're going to spend it. So it's not an investment, it's just making sure there's money there when I need it. It makes life less stressful, means we're not living paycheck to paycheck. Oops, did I put that in the wrong one? Oh no. But that's, you know, in complete contrast to investing, which is what we do to try and grow some wealth, to give us some freedom, to allow us to be able to step away from, I guess, the 9 to 5. We work shift work, so it's never 9 to 5, but you know, you get what I mean. So just two different purposes really, eh? And I just wanted to try and clarify what those are, because sometimes I think they can get a bit mixed up when people think, oh yeah, I'm a good saver. I'm just putting $5 in dog food as well. Yeah, I'm a great saver, but if you're just a great saver for a holiday, a great saver for a new car, it's not a bad thing, but it doesn't mean that you're growing any wealth, because you're going to spend it. You're going to spend it having fun on that holiday, or spend it on that new car. And then dentist, we've got $5. That's feeling pretty healthy. Oh, there's a 5 there too. Crikey, it's all over the show, isn't it? Let's see, what have I actually got? 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 200, 2, 3, 4, 5, 300, 2, 3, 4, 5, 400, 480. That's pretty good. And then doctor, I also just had $5 allocated, and I'll take that $5 and put in the 10. And there's just 100, 110 in there. How's your guys' week going? I've been on such a high after having a few kind of cash stuffs that were like, ugh, just feeling like life is all too hard and the budget's too hard and whatever. I think it's just, like you're in the depths of winter and it does feel kind of hard. Now it's, you start to see some days with sunshine. It's like, oh, hooray, finally we're getting there. We're getting some nice weather, and it really does make a difference to my mood. I hate to admit it. I'd like to be on an even keel all the time, but I feel better when it's sunny, that's for sure. I read a really interesting article in Stuff, I can't remember if it was this morning or last night, but it was just talking about how much the average family spends on groceries. So I had kind of stopped doing a few grocery videos because I thought, oh, everyone might be getting bored. But then I saw that the average person is spending the average family of 4, they're saying, spends $25,000 a year on groceries. And I thought, no, keep doing your grocery videos, NZ Money Karma, because that is a lot of cash to be giving to pack and save. I think with a little thought and effort, most families of 4 would be spending, even half of that seems like a really, really generous grocery budget. But that could just be me being a bit of a tightwad. Let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys spend. Any of the things that I'm spending money on, are they kind of similar to what you're spending, or is it all completely different? Budgets are nuanced, obviously, but it's sometimes interesting just to be a bit nosy, isn't it? So optometrist, I've just got enough for 10 today. So 1, 2, 3, 60, 370. Once I've got 400 in there, I would consider that done, and then I will be booking an eye test for myself. Tickets and fun. So I'm saving for the World of Wearable Arts. I have actually kind of borrowed money out of an account to pay for my ticket, my plane ticket, and my actual WOW ticket, and someone else has organised the WOW ticket, and I've paid them back. But I need to save the cash, so I needed $1,000 in total, and I'll tell you what I've got. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 500 there, and I'm going to take another 200 now, and 550 will pay back my flights. This is for my daughter and I, so flights and 2 tickets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100, 3, 4, 5, 200. So this is a big chunk of cash, isn't it, out of our budget, but that's all right. So my 550, I've just messed it all up again, sorry. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let's just make it 60, 1, 2, 3. That money there, how I work it when I pay something online, and I like to deal in cash, is I pay it online, and then I take the cash stuff money, put it away in a binder, just in the front here, and then next time I come to cash stuffing, instead of getting out $1,000, I'll be getting out $440, and then that will make up my $1,000, and the money that's left online that I'm not withdrawing from the ATM, that goes into the account that I've kind of borrowed the money from. Does that make any sense at all? I hope so. It makes perfect sense to me, but yeah, I'm not here just for me, so hopefully it makes some sense to you. So that's tickets and fun. So now I'm on the homeward stretch. I'll be saving another $450 in total, and that $450 will pay for we're just having 1 night's accommodation, even though we're going for 3 nights, but we're staying with friends for the other 2 nights, and then just joining a group in a hotel for 1 night. So it'll pay for our accommodation and our food while we're there. 2, 3, 4, 5, $140. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So I've only got $310 left to go, and then that's taken care of. I'm glad I pushed the boat out with that and kind of just went for it, even though it felt like a bit of a stretch at the time. Okay, into Christmas. Oh no, I'm going to run into trouble now because I don't have enough small notes. Let's see if I can go somewhere else to find what I need. So everything here, I was kind of like, I'm just going to put in $5, but I only have two $5. So let's see which ones really only need $5. That I could actually leave till next year. Funerals. This was a new envelope. I don't know if you caught my last cash stuffing video, but I added just a funeral fund just because it happens to be that my husband and I have kind of had emergency funerals 3 times in the last year, and they are starting to feel less like an emergency and more like something we should start to expect to happen as our, you know, older relatives start to pass away, or older family friends. So I thought, I mean, I'm probably not going to get $1,000 in here or anything like that, but I thought if I just put in $5, it just helps a little bit. It helps ease a little bit of the burden when you just have to quickly up sticks and go. You know, it might be enough for the koha for the funeral. It might be enough, you know, just to go and grab some groceries for the person, that kind of, you know, the family that are left behind, that kind of thing. So just a little thing, and then I guess if I had less of these envelopes to do, I'd do more in this. But just for now, it's kind of a token. I'm just putting it on my radar. Shoes. So there's just 10, there's 2 5s there. I might put in a 20. And then clothes, I'm going to put in just 5. So that gives us $60. It's socks. My son needs so many socks. I buy socks, he needs new socks. Socks, socks, socks. Always holes. It's the way it goes. Whereas I'm the opposite. I can have a pair of socks for, you can have a pair of socks for like 2 years and they wouldn't get a hole in them. And it might be because I wear slippers inside and that I don't run around outside in my socks. But for whatever reason, he needs socks very regularly. I'll put $20 into groom. We've had a birthday, so some of that money is gone. And then I've got Christmas. I'm a bit all over the shop, aren't I? I'm going to put $20 in Christmas because that is coming around really quickly. And I have already started planning. I've bought some presents. Like, I feel completely onto it, but still it feels like it would be nicer to have $500 in this envelope than 40. So I might also do a video on what I'm doing to prep for Christmas now. Just, I don't know, as a reminder, if anyone else is interested in following along, this is kind of how I get ready for Christmas so that by the time December comes, it's all taken care of and I don't have any stress related to it. So I love Christmas, but I want it to be fun. I don't want it to be stressful. Well, there you go, $5 left over. So I'm going to put $10 in here. And that's not for a birthday present. That is for someone's leaving present. So I'm just going to leave, $10 is what I'm going to contribute. And I'm just popping it in there because that's where it fits best, I think. And then I didn't put anything in this one. And I'm not really bothered about that. So let's see if there's something else that needs, you know, could really do with $5 more. Maybe Rego and Warrant, because I didn't put my $5 in there. And this here is all fully funded, but it does rely on a very regular $5 being put in there to keep it up to date. If I don't do that, then there will be, you know, this is kind of like my $5 binder. I think as long as I put in $5 every fortnight, I should, for the most part, not run out of money in here. that's my thinking. It won't be perfect, but yeah, it'll be a really good start. So that's, for me, that's really quick. This is where I put my money actually. I'll just quickly do that so it's not floating around and getting lost at any point. So that's in there, ready for next week's or next fortnight's cash stuff. So thanks for budgeting with me. It's always fun to do this together. Much more fun to do it on a sunny day, but definitely, whether rain, hail or shine, definitely more fun to do it with you guys. So thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for all your comments. I always appreciate that. If you YouTube sent me an email and reminded me to say, please, like or thumbs up or whatever it is. And yeah, write a comment if you're keen. They didn't remind me to tell you to write a comment. They reminded me to say, you don't tell people to give you a thumbs up and like and subscribe. So there you go. Consider it done, YouTube, or, Big Brother, whoever's listening. But from me, I love it when people write comments. So please, if you have any thoughts or feelings related to the video, pop them down below. I love to hear from you. That's it from me, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye for now.